The call came on a quiet Thursday evening. Linda Corbin was settling in with takeout when her phone lit up with an unknown number.
Miss Corbin, this is Maria Vasquez with Paradise Retreats. I am calling to confirm the final balance on your card for the Corbin family villa booking.
Linda's fork clattered onto the plate. Her mind went blank. She had no such booking.
I am sorry, what booking? I haven't reserved any villa.
The $8,200 balance for the luxury villa in Cancun. It's listed under the Corbin family group, with your card ending in 4,531 as the backup payment method.
Linda's blood chilled. That was her card number, the one she kept for emergencies.
I didn't authorize any of this. There must be a mistake.
Maria hesitated, the sound of papers shuffling in the background.
But the reservation was made by your brother Mark Corbin. He listed your details himself.
Linda ended the call with a shaking hand. Her quiet evening had just become a crime scene. 3 weeks earlier, Linda's life was orderly and quiet. Then, scrolling social media one morning, she noticed something odd. Her brothers Mark and David were posting excited hints about an upcoming epic getaway. No one had told her a thing.
A trip? No one said anything to me.
She typed, "Hey, saw your posts about a trip. What's that about?" Mark's reply came fast. "Just a small thing. You'd be bored, honestly."
Small thing. The same excuse they used whenever they wanted me out of the way.
She didn't argue. She set the phone aside, but the familiar sting returned.
It always hurt, no matter how many times they did it.
That evening, as she stared at her laptop screen, a whisper of unease crept in. This time, the posts felt deliberate, like they were already celebrating without her. She tried to shake it off, but the seed of suspicion had taken root. A few days later, the family gathered for a casual dinner at their parents' house. Linda arrived early, hoping to catch up. Before she could sit, she heard David's voice from the hallway, low and rushed, clearly on a call.
"Mark, the villa needs to sleep 8, and a private chef is non-negotiable. Did you confirm the deposit?"
Linda froze near the doorframe. Villa? Private chef? This wasn't a small thing at all. At the table later, David set his phone down, screen briefly facing up. Linda glimpsed a group chat titled Cancun Crew. Her name wasn't in the participant list.
David, what is this Cancun Crew chat? Is that the trip everyone's posting about?
"Oh, that. It's just a sibling thing, Linda. You know, high-intensity activities. You'd hate it."
The lie hung between them. A luxury villa with a chef, and they still pretended she wouldn't fit in. Linda smiled tightly and returned to her meal. But something inside her shifted. She wasn't just being left out. She was being managed. The next afternoon, Linda met her friend Vanessa at a quiet cafe. She couldn't keep it inside any longer.
Vanessa, my brothers are planning a luxury vacation to Cancun and lying to my face about it.
Linda, you have to stop letting them treat you like this. Find out what they're really up to.
Linda nodded. The hurt was there, but so was a new, stubborn resolve. That evening, she sat at her laptop and typed, "Luxury Villa Cancun, private chef, 8 people." One listing matched David's description exactly. The price, $8,200 per week.
$8,000. Mark can't afford that. Neither can David. Something isn't right.
Linda remembered every emergency loan they'd never fully repaid. Every casual assumption that she'd cover the shortfall. She logged into her bank accounts. No unauthorized charges yet, but the pieces weren't adding up. The question now wasn't just why they excluded her. It was how they intended to pay for it. Linda picked up her phone and dialed the resort's number. This was the only way to know for sure.
Hello. I am calling about the Corbin family reservation. I just want to confirm the booking details.
The agent's voice came through, bright and professional, unaware of the bomb she was about to drop. The agent said, "We have you in the luxury villa, and the backup payment method is a credit card ending in 4,531.
Card ending in 4,531. That's my card, the one I keep for emergencies. How did they get it?
Linda managed to thank the agent and end the call, though her voice had gone cold. She stood motionless in the living room, the phone slipping from her grip onto the couch.
Mark added my card to his vacation booking, without asking, without even telling me.
She felt the floor shift beneath her. This wasn't just about being left out. It was about being used. The question of how they'd pay had just become how they'd stolen from her. One memory surfaced. Last year, Mark's car broke down, and he needed a tow. Linda had read her card, number aloud over the phone, trusting him.
He saved it. He saved my credit card details and never told me.
Linda sat at her desk and opened a fresh document. She typed every detail. The villa, the price, the agent's words. Then, with a rehearsed calm, she dialed the resort a second time.
This is Linda Corbin. I just want to confirm the payment setup for our group booking. My card is on file, correct?
The agent's voice brightened, eager to help. Yes, your visa is the group backup. If the primary card declines, yours will cover the entire balance automatically.
They weren't going to ask. They were just going to let it fail and let me wake up to a bill.
The realization was like a door slamming shut. She wasn't an oversight. She was the safety net. The deliberate cruelty of it, excluded from the chat, included as the wallet, filled her with cold fury. She ended the call softly, placed the phone on the table, and sat still. Now she knew everything. Linda opened her message history and scrolled back months, searching for the moment her trust had been weaponized. It was there, a text from Mark last October. Sis, my card's frozen and the tow truck only takes Visa. Can you read me your number?
She'd read it aloud without a second thought. He'd saved it for this moment.
Then she noticed an old notification from weeks earlier. A group chat called Cancun Crew, and she'd been removed. The server log was blunt. Her account had been deleted by the admin.
He'd curated a vacation group that included everyone except the one paying for it.
Linda didn't scream. She didn't cry. She hit print on everything. Screenshots, messages, emails. She assembled them into a folder and wrote in black marker, "Trip betrayal."
But she needed one final piece. Undeniable proof that Mark had added her card personally.
She clutched the folder to her chest and waited. The real call was coming soon. 2 days later, the phone rang. This time, Linda was ready. She answered with a steady hand.
Miss Corbin, it's Maria again from Paradise Retreats. I just need verbal confirmation for the $8,200 balance on your visa.
I see. Maria, before I confirm anything, could you please email me the full reservation details and the card authorization form?
Of course. I'll send the booking statement and the backup card consent form right away.
Linda's expression didn't flicker. She thanked Maria calmly and waited for the messages to arrive. Her phone buzzed. The first message was the reservation, a luxury villa for 8, booking under Mark Corbin. The second was the payment authorization. Her card listed as the group backup, with a note claiming she consented. She had it now, paper proof that Mark had added her card and lied about her agreement.
He never intended to ask. He set me up to be the emergency wallet.
The file was now complete. Linda pressed her fingers together and faced the screen. She was ready. Linda opened the email attachments and read slowly. The truth was laid out in black on white.
Mark Corbin, primary contact, backup payment method, visa ending in 4531. Her visa.
She zoomed in on a small note at the bottom of the authorization form, her finger tapping the screen. It read, "Backup cardholder is aware and consents to this payment arrangement."
Lies. He typed those words himself, knowing she'd never see it until the charge hit her account.
The entire plot revealed itself. Mark would let the primary card fail, and hers would cover it without a whisper.
He excluded her from the chat, from the planning, from the family, but he made sure her money was invited.
A cold fury hardened in her chest. No more hesitation.
I am not just declining. I am reporting this as fraud. Let him explain why his sister's card was on his booking.
She closed the file and looked at her phone. The next call wouldn't be to Maria. Linda dialed her bank, her tone unnervingly steady as she reported the card compromised and the attempted charge unauthorized.
I did not authorize any payment to Paradise Retreats. This is fraud, and I am disputing it immediately.
The bank canceled her card on the spot and flagged the pending transaction. A new card would be issued. The old one was dead. Next, she opened her laptop and composed a brief, irrevocable email to Maria. She wrote, "Maria, the card on the Corbin booking was added without my knowledge or consent. I have reported it as fraudulent. I will not be responsible." She sent it, then closed that window. Now came the hardest part. She texted David, "Add me back to the Cancun crew chat now." He did, perhaps too stunned to refuse. Within seconds, she was inside the group. She posted, "I know about the villa. I know about my card. The backup payment method has been canceled. The trip is on you now." She attached the evidence. She hit send, then immediately left the group. The silence that followed was deafening. The phone buzzed within minutes. Mark's name seared across the screen. Linda answered, her pulse steady.
"What did you do? You've ruined everything. The villa will cancel, and it's all your fault."
His voice was a raw, shaking howl, echoing through the phone like a physical blow.
I didn't ruin anything. You added my card without my knowledge. That's theft, Mark.
Theft. It was a backup payment. Family is supposed to help each other out.
Linda's knuckles whitened around the phone, but her voice held steady as stone.
Helping would have been asking me. You hid my card and lied about my consent on the form.
You are twisting everything. You've always been so vindictive, Linda.
She heard the deflection clearly. No remorse, only a desperate attempt to make her the villain.
We're done here.
Before Linda could set the phone down, it rang again. David. This time, she answered more gently.
Linda, I am so sorry. I knew about the backup card, but Mark said you'd never find out. I should have stopped him.
His voice was raw, the kind of regret that comes from finally facing the truth.
You lied to my face at dinner, David. You let me feel crazy while you were planning to use my money.
I know. I was a coward. Mark kept insisting it was no big deal, that it was just a safety net. I should have told you.
Linda pressed her fingers to her temple. The apology was genuine, but the betrayal still ached.
Is there anything I can do to make this right? Please, Linda, tell me.
I need time, David. An apology doesn't erase that you chose Mark's scheme over honesty.
While she spoke, her phone lit up with a barrage of notifications. The family chat had exploded. Messages flashed. "Don't be selfish. Just pay it. We can work it out later. This is family, Linda." Linda's phone kept buzzing. Messages flooded in from relatives she hadn't spoken to in months, each one demanding she reconsider. One read, "You are being vindictive." Another, "Think of the family." A third, "It's just money, Linda." Then a call from her aunt. Her voice was taut with forced patience. "Linda, dear, we need to talk like adults."
Aunt Margaret, I am not being difficult. Mark put my credit card on his booking without my consent. That's not a family favor.
The aunt's tone hardened. "Family doesn't do this. We work things out. You are being stubborn."
Family doesn't steal from each other either. I am not paying. If they want the villa, they can find the money themselves.
The aunt exhaled, not in acceptance but in exhaustion. The call ended without resolution.
How many of them knew? How many were in on it and stayed quiet, waiting for me to bail them out?
She silenced the phone and walked to the window. Outside, the world was ordinary. Cars passing, a neighbor walking a dog. She wasn't breaking. In the storm of their blame, she'd found a strange, defiant center. For the first time, being the villain felt like freedom. The payment deadline arrived without a resolution. At noon, an email from Paradise Retreats landed in Linda's inbox. She read the subject: "Reservation canceled. Non-payment." The Corbin family villa was officially gone. Within minutes, the family chat exploded. Accusations flew in every direction. Some blamed Linda. Others finally asked the right question: Why was her card on the booking, Mark? Mark's texts arrived like venom. The first, "You selfish witch. You've destroyed this family." The next, "I hope you are happy alone. No one will ever trust you again." Linda didn't reply. She saved the screenshots, added them to her file, and silenced the notifications for good. Then, a single message from David: "I am sorry. No more trips without you, I promise." She let out a long, shaky breath. For the first time in weeks, her chest didn't feel tight. The trip was dead. The family was fractured, but Linda wasn't the one paying the price anymore. She was free. 2 days later, David knocked on her door, his face raw with regret.
I brought you this. It's not nearly enough, but I am serious about making amends.
I appreciate the gesture, but rebuilding trust takes more than a platito, David.
Later, a text arrived from her older sister Emily. It read, "I should have spoken up. Mark kept saying it was a harmless backup. I am sorry, Linda." Meanwhile, Mark's bitterness spilled into the family group chat. He posted, "Linda thinks she's a hero. She ruined our vacation and split this family. Everyone knows it." Linda read the venom without flinching. Then she typed her reply. She wrote, "I will not attend any family event where Mark is present unless he apologizes for using my card without consent." She sent it, then closed the chat. For the first time, she wasn't waiting for permission. She'd taken respect. That evening, Linda FaceTimed Vanessa and 2 other close friends. The group chat had been buzzing since she mentioned a trip.
I need to see the ocean, and I need to pay for myself, loud and proud.
They scrolled through listings, sharing screenshots and vetoing anything that felt like a compromise. The booking form asked for a card number, and Linda typed hers without a second thought, because this time she was in control.
No secrets, no backup plans, just 4 friends splitting the bill equally.
After confirming, she posted a photo to her social media. 4 hands holding up their phones, each showing the same Sunset Beach picture. She captioned it, "Sometimes family is the one you choose." Among the flood of heart emojis from her friends, she noticed a few family members had liked it, and some had not. She didn't care.
If they're uncomfortable, maybe that's because they finally see what they excluded.
She shut the laptop and allowed herself something she hadn't felt in weeks: excitement. While Linda packed, the family's silence broke. A cousin sent her a private message. "Mark's been screaming at everyone who won't pay for a new trip. People are finally seeing him." The cousin wasn't wrong. In a living room across town, Mark's anger had turned on his allies. He demanded they split the cost of a replacement villa. When they refused, he called them disloyal. One by one, his supporters withdrew. Even those who had blamed Linda shifted their frustration toward him. Mark was soon left alone, his phone discarded, a silence around him that he couldn't shout away. Linda heard the news without triumph. It felt like watching a storm after the lightning already hit. She returned to her bedroom, where a half-packed suitcase lay open. In hours, she would be gone.
It's not about revenge. I just need to remember I am allowed to be happy without their permission.
She zipped the suitcase and stood still. Whatever came next, she wouldn't be their wallet, only herself. The airport terminal hummed with early morning travelers. Linda pulled her carry-on toward the gate, her ticket confirmation glowing on her phone. She had been waiting for a wave of guilt or regret, but all she felt was a quiet thrill. Her phone buzzed with a text notification, Mark's name. She almost didn't open it. It read, "I hope your trip is as empty as you've made this family. You turned your back on us, and you'll regret it." Linda's thumb hovered over the screen. A small, familiar ache rose and then passed. She pressed delete. Then, without hesitation, she blocked his number.
You don't get to reach me anymore.
The boarding announcement echoed above her. She tucked the phone into her pocket and walked forward. As she stepped onto the jet bridge, the familiar weight she'd carried for years stayed behind. She was flying toward a vacation she'd booked for herself, with people who actually wanted her there. The resort stretched along a turquoise bay, palm trees swaying in the breeze. Linda took it in with a quiet, disbelieving laugh. Vanessa spotted her first, running barefoot across the lobby and pulling her into a fierce embrace.
You made it. I was starting to worry you'd change your mind.
The first afternoon dissolved into easy laughter. They floated in the pool, swapped terrible sunblock stories, and ate mangoes on the deck.
To vacations where everyone is actually invited and nobody is a backup plan.
And to friends who don't need to steal your credit card to include you.
Later, as the sun set, Linda's phone buzzed with a message from David. She read it quietly. It said, "I am proud of you. I am glad you are happy. That's all." Linda smiled but didn't reply. She set the phone aside and looked out at the glittering ocean. For the first time in years, she didn't feel like she was waiting to be let in. She was exactly where she belonged. On the last evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Linda and Vanessa sat on the sand, watching the waves.
You've come a long way, Linda. How does it feel?
Linda dug her toes deeper into the cool sand and let a long pause settle between them.
It still hurts. But I know cutting him off was the only way to stop being their silent ATM.
And David?
I think he gets it now. I can't forgive Mark, but David, I want to try.
She pulled out her phone and typed a short reply to David. The screen glowed in the dimming light. She wrote, "Thank you. I am not okay yet, but maybe someday we can rebuild. Enjoy your own peace." Linda stood, dusted off her dress, and faced the endless horizon. The woman who'd once accepted exclusion as her role now stood on solid ground. No one's wallet, just her own. The apartment was quiet when Linda returned, but it wasn't an empty silence. It felt settled, peaceful. She walked to the shelf and placed a new wooden frame next to her grandparents' photo. In the picture, she and Vanessa were mid-laugh on that beach, sand in their hair, the sea behind them.
This is what family looks like. Not the blood you can't escape, but the people who actually show up.
She opened her phone and, without hesitation, deleted the old Cancun crew chat. It felt like sweeping out a dusty room. The phone stayed silent where Mark's number used to be. Bo blocked, gone. The peace was deliberate. Then she opened her laptop. Not to scroll through the wreckage, but to plan.
Already researching the next trip. I was just about to call. I found an amazing spot in Costa Rica.
Sounds perfect. Send me the link. And don't you dare put my card as backup without asking.
Vanessa laughed. Linda leaned back into the cushions, her home warm with light, and felt something she'd almost forgotten: anticipation. Evening fell softly over the city, turning the sky a dusky purple. Linda poured hot tea and stepped out onto her balcony. Below, the streets glittered with early lights. She cupped the warm mug and took a deep, unhurried breath. Somewhere out there, her brothers were still nursing their grievances, but she couldn't feel their weight anymore. Her phone buzzed on the small table beside her. She glanced down, expecting nothing important, but smiled when she saw the name. It was a text from Vanessa, simple and bright. "Beach next year? Same crew?" Linda's grin widened. She typed back a quick reply and sent it before the tea could cool. She set the phone aside and lifted her gaze again. The horizon held the last ribbon of daylight. For years, she'd been the family's quiet bank, left out of the chat, and told she'd be bored. No more. She was simply Linda now. And that was enough. She was included where it mattered. The screen faded to black.